What's up, and welcome back to How to Play Dark Souls. Today, we're going to go back to the Undead Asylum, which is the very first area in the game. We're doing this, I don't know, just because there's stuff to do there, so let's go do it. Actually, there is a pretty useful ring you can get there that I would like to show off, so let's just head back there and get that. Now, the way you get there is you hop onto the elevator here, and then quickly hop off of it right up here. Now, if you'll look to the left side over here, you see there's an item on top of that roof. We need to go and grab that. So, the way you do that is to come and flip over on this cliff, right onto this thing here, up the ramp, to the left. Actually, right here you can see the big raven that brought us here. We're going to need his help again to get back to the Undead Asylum. But let's go ahead and just fall down right here. Pick this up. This is the Undead Asylum F2 West key. We're going to need this in order to get the ring I've been talking about. So go ahead and come back up. And flip back onto this little platform here. And now we're going to head up to the left. And make another hard left right here. I was looking for an item over there. I think there was a glitch because I had picked up that item before, but then it kind of popped up like it was there, but it wasn't actually there. So that's why I was confused. But up here to the right, there is the nest of the giant raven. So let's go ahead and just chill out inside the nest. Now you're going to have to wait quite a long time. But I promise you, just stay huddled and eventually the bird will come and pick you up. Don't move at all. Just sit right there. And if you sit there long enough, he'll come pick you up and take you back. Get a cool little slow-mo animation of him holding me, I guess. Anyways, and then he brings us back here. Okay, so there are quite a few things we can do here. There are 2 items that we really want to pick up, and then there's a boss to fight if you want to. Actually, killing the boss gives you another really great item. So let's just say there are 3 really great items that we would like to get here. So let's get to it. All of these undead at this point in the game are going to be pretty easy for us to kill. So in this room, avoid walking straight through the middle, for now. We'll come back and do that eventually. The floor will break, so just watch out for that. So go around the outside first. That's where the boss is going to be. You fall down through the center of the floor. For some reason, these undead can walk on there and it won't break, but we walk on there, and it does break. So we'll come back and fight him in a second, but let's go around the outside. And over here. Use this bonfire if you need to. We can actually kindle the flames as well. We didn't have humanity last time we were here, so we weren't able to kindle the flames. But now you can do that. Okay, and I realized that the first time I came through, I forgot to open this door. So that meant I was going to have to go around and do it the long way. Yeah, the first time you're here you can actually open that door and it makes this a little bit quicker, but I forgot to do that, so. Come down here and kindle this bonfire while we're here. There we go. Now every time you rest at these bonfires they give you 10 Estus instead of 5. Now eventually we're going to get an item that will allow us to kindle bonfires even further to where you can get up to 20 Estus every time you rest, but we don't have that item yet. Now you'll notice that there are Black Knights here now, and Black Knights are not as easy to kill as Silver Knights. They're a little harder. Their attack patterns aren't quite as predictable. They have some moves that will break your guard, like this one here. So they're not quite as easy to kill as Silver Knights. You can still parry them, or not parry them, but repost them. But it's just it's a little riskier to do if you're not used to their moves. And they'll break guard a lot, which really sucks. So the best thing to do is just bring them back into an area that's a little bit bigger so that you can get around for backstabs. This still is not the best area. And I fell into the water, which sucks because it starts slowing me down, and it makes movement slower. I was starting to feel really stuck in here. Now, keep this in mind, like that whole situation right there, how being in like knee-deep water or in a swampy area slows you down a lot, makes it harder to fight. The ring that we're coming here to get will nullify that problem. So anyways, I wanted to bring him up to an area where I could have a wider battlefield. Right here is still not the best, but it's a little better than like one of those narrow hallways, and I would be able to get backstabs on him. So that's why I brought him up here. There we go. Then we can get behind him and get some backstabs, which is the easiest way to take out Black Knights, in my opinion. They're easy to get behind, especially when they do their stabbing animation. Not the slash down like that. You can still get it, but when they kind of run up and do their stab, it's really easy to get behind them for backstabs. Now, remember the knight that gave us the Estus flasks at the beginning of the game? Well, we could have killed him, but I wanted to save doing that so that you guys would be able to see this. You can kill him right after he gives you the Estus flasks at the beginning of the game and avoid having to fight him here. But yeah, he's gone hollow and he's lost his mind, and so now he's attacking us when we come back to the Undead Asylum. It's not really hard to kill or anything like that. He will kick you, which will break your guard, so you have to watch out for that. But otherwise, it's actually not too bad. It's kind of hard to get backstabs on him, though. That's what I was trying to do. But he will often put his shield on his back and two-hand his weapon, which means that he'll take damage even when he's blocking with the sword. So, anyways, he's not too bad, but he gives you the crest shield, which I don't care about. But anyway, yeah, he was in here. Remember at the beginning of the game we came in here and talked to him. He gave us an Estus flask. So now, come down here and open this gate. This leads back out to the bonfire. That would have been a lot shorter if I had just done that the first time around. But I didn't. Also watch out for the boulder because it's back. So bail here. Let the boulder roll down. And then come back up and fight these hollows. And they should be exactly the same as the first time. Except for some reason they kept deking me and it was kind of pissing me off. They kept like totally just avoiding my attacks, which I don't think they do the first time you're here. I think that's like an added thing. I could be completely wrong about that, so don't quote me on that or anything, but anyways, a couple hollows here, take them out. A couple hollows in here. Now, most enemies you don't want to fight two at a time, but these guys, they make it easier because they're really slow, so they'll often not really attack you. They'll just kind of like defend themselves and walk around really slowly, so they're a little easier to fight more than one guy at a time. Alright, so that key we picked up at Firelink Shrine will open this door. We come down the broken staircase here and pick up an item, which is the Rusted Iron Ring. I really like the Rusted Iron Ring quite a lot because, well, I'll just show you. Let's go back into that area with the water where I was fighting the Black Knight. And when I was fighting in the water, it was really slowing me down, bogging me down. It's the same thing as when you're in like the swamp in Blighttown or something. It slows your movement down so that even when you're running, you only get a little bit of a jog, and it takes your rolling animation away, the ninja flip. So we don't need the dark wood grain ring because its effects are nullified. You put on the the rusted iron ring, and you can run around like completely normally in high water or in swampy areas. So if you're in Blighttown, for instance, and you're running around in the swamp fighting and stuff like that, this ring can be very useful. So that is what that does. It's a really good ring. I suggest getting it, especially if you're more of a endurance/dex build. You rely a lot on evading attacks versus shielding yourself. If you like to dodge a lot, I totally... See, they kept deking me like that. What's up with that? Anyways. Rusted iron ring, freaking rules. Come and pick it up. There's another thing we need to get back this way. Inside of the cell where we started the game. Actually. So come down this ladder. And then back this way. And as we see here, there's another kind of pool of water here. And I might end up fighting this Black Knight inside of it. So I'm going to go ahead and switch back to the rusted iron ring again. Just in case I end up fighting him back in that room. This hallway is a little bit, well, it might be exactly the same. Either way, it's a narrow hallway. It's hard to get behind him for backstabs, so we'll see what we can do. And I got it right off the bat, which freaking rocks. One more. I should be able to get him. See if we can get him to do that one more time. Come on, come to the left side of them. I can't get around him this way. Gotta watch out for that. They do that attack a lot. Where they'll kind of break your guard with a shield first and then stab you. Should be able to get him this time. Ah. Not quite. Come on. I like when they run after you and then they do their stab. The stab is easy to avoid usually. And that's where you can get a backstab off. I was playing really carefully, trying to not get myself killed. Trying to get a backstab, but it was just not working. That attack right there, that's the one that's really easy to get around to, like the left side like this, and backstab. If backstabs would work half the time like they should. Don't get it. Anyways, I felt like backstabs were a little easier in this game than in Demon Souls, but still, like, not totally reliable. Anyways, come back into the cell and pick up the peculiar doll. We're going to need this item to get to an optional area in the game. It's not one you have to go to, but there's a really good ember there that we need to bring back to the blacksmith. So, yeah, pick up the peculiar doll. You might also see there's an asylum demon in here on the right. We're going to go fight him now. So let's head back up and rest at the bonfire and then proceed to kill him. Now, this boss is, unfortunately, well, it's harder than the original fight, which is good, because the original fight's very easy. But it's just really annoying. He has two attacks in particular that really suck. It's this one right here, where he'll slash vertically like that, and he'll do this area of effect attack, and then he'll do this time too, where he stabs in the ground and does an area of effect attack. It blows you back, and it does lots of damage, and it's very annoying. So you can get right underneath him like this sometimes and avoid it, but not always. What you want to try and do is get up close, get a few hits off, and get him to keep jumping up like this, and then slam. And then come back up, attack him, get him to jump up, you know, roll backwards, slam. This is the easiest way of killing him, in my opinion. But sometimes he'll continue to spam his area of effect attacks, and that's really annoying. There it is right there. It didn't hit me that time. Usually it would. This one's not too bad. That one's easy to avoid where he stabs in the ground, but it's the one where he slashes sideways like this. This one is hard to avoid, even when you're up close to him like that. It really sucks. So if he keeps spamming those attacks back and forth, it can just be really, really hard to fight this guy. And that's kind of what started to happen here, is he started spamming these area of effect attacks. So what I suggest you do is get up to him, but then try to turn your body as much as possible to at least block the AoE attack, so that you don't get knocked to the ground. I mean, you'll still take damage, but at least you won't get knocked to the ground, which is the most annoying part about it. So I think this is a good example here. Turn your body so you block it, and then you can keep attacking. And as always, you've got to keep your stamina up. But come over here and then turn your body like this so that you block the attack. Then you can still get a couple attacks off, and then back off. You'll do this again and again and again. It's so annoying. I hate it. But if you turn like this, you can at least block it and still get a couple of attacks off. And then when he slams on the ground, I like that much better, at least. That's much easier to deal with than the AoE attacks. But anyways, it might take you a couple of times, maybe take a little bit of practice. But it's not too hard if you know what to do. Now that Titanite Slab right there, that's what we wanted to get. Titanite Slab will allow you to increase a weapon, I think either regular weapons all the way to their maximum, which is plus 15. We can't do that yet because we need to go get an Ember for Andre first. Right now we can only level him up to level 10. But I was looking to see if the Black Knight respawns, but I don't think he does. But you can also upgrade lightning weapons to their maximum, which is plus 5. And that's what we're going to do for our washing pole here. So we'll be able to take this to the blacksmith in Enorlando and get our washing pole up to plus 5. And then it will be a complete freaking beast. Now before we go, you might want to come here and grab a couple of items. You can trade these coins, the silver, bronze, and gold coins, as well as rubbish, with an NPC in this area in exchange for various things. So I'm just going to kind of show that off, like how that works. But the way you get to him is you come out this way, kill all the hollows that are over here, like so. And then as you're going up here, turn to the right, kind of come along this ledge, and you'll see that there's another nest over here, a bird's nest.
You, give me warm, give me soft.
And if any of you have played Demon Souls, you will know that this is kind of a motif to a character from that game. Anyways, you drop the rubbish inside of the nest like this, and then you have to leave the area. You can do that either by flying back to Firelink Shrine and coming back, or by killing yourself and reloading. However you do it, you are going to need to come back here after leaving the area, and then he will have dropped something for you in exchange. In this instance, it's a Titanite Chunk. So rubbish can be exchanged for Titanite Chunks, which is nice because Titanite Chunks upgrade lightning weapons. So that's going to help us in upgrading our washing pole to the maximum. So, anyways, let's head back to Firelink Shrine now. That's all that I want to do here. If you're going for like Platinum Trophy or all the achievements in the game, you're going to need to trade for some items from that guy, but I'm not doing that on this run. You can find all that information on the Dark Souls wiki. One more thing I want to show is that Big Hat Logan is back.
I was expecting you.
We saved him in the Sen's Fortress, so this is where you can find him to buy spells from him. Buy sorceries, that is. I can't buy sorceries from him because my intelligence is not above 15. If you want to buy sorceries from him inside of this area, you have to have your intelligence above 15, or at 15 or something. But if you're not an intelligence build, but you're still going for the achievement to get all the sorceries, there's another area later in the game where they won't impose that limit on you. You won't have to have your intelligence level 15 in order to buy sorceries from him. So I'll show that off when the time comes. But for right now, unfortunately, I can't buy sorceries from him. But that's where I'm going to stop the video today, so thanks for watching, and peace!